guys, it's Matt. I'm here to do another review. This time, the movie I saw, the movie I'm reviewing, is The King's Speech. Now, before I saw this movie, I heard a lot of people went to go see it, the majority of them elderly people. And so I figured, okay, this must be a slow, boring, movie about, the 30s, 40s, even the 50s. I had no interest in the film whatsoever. But the more I heard about it, the more I became intrigued. So I finally gave in, and I went to go see it. And I'll tell you, I'm glad I did. It was really good. I really liked it. Now, going into this movie, though I did think it would be boring, I saw the main star was Colin Firth. Now, he's been in quite a few movies, and he's one actor out of a few that I can think of right now that no matter how bad the movie may be, his performance and his role, his performance is always really good. He's always a good actor. Colin Firth was also in the movie Where the Truth Lies with Kevin Bacon, where they played like a Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis type of duo. Also like an historical movie. Anyways, King's Speech was really good. Not only did I like Colin Firth, but other stars in the movie were Geoffrey, Bonham Carter, Timothy Spall, Michael Gambon, two actors both from Harry Potter, by the way. Michael Gambon playing the newer Dumbledore. Guy Pearce was also in it, and so was an actor by the name of, what is his name? I think his name was Derek Jacobi. He played the Archbishop in the movie. He was also in Gladiator. He played one of the senators that was trying to help Maximus escape or whatnot. He's in it. And, I thought this movie would be slow and boring and, not funny, but it was actually quite the opposite. This movie is not slow whatsoever. I mean, of course, there's scenes where maybe they're walking or driving, in their cars back then, which are obviously slower than today's. But besides that, no, it was actually, the pace was good. There was seriousness in it, not too much, but there was also comedy, also lighthearted comedy. It is rated R because of cursing, but the cursing is very lighthearted. It's not somebody getting angry and cursing at somebody. The dialogue isn't bad. It's just, it's like I said, lighthearted. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it was good. The set design was really good. The costumes were awesome. You really felt like you were in, the 1920s, 30s, and 40s Britain, leading up and in World War II. Now, one thing I really liked about this movie was the scenery, the landscapes. A lot of it is filmed indoors, but when they're outside, the scenery and landscape is just gorgeous. And, it really helps, when they show a foggy street or a snowing London street, it really helps. It really makes you feel like, wow, I've traveled back in time to watch, to be a part of this movie. And so, for those of you who don't know, the plot of the movie is Colin Firth plays Albert. Wow, I forgot his last name. Sorry. He plays King George VI, or he later becomes King George VI. His name is Albert. I forget his last name, and he has a stammer, a stutter. And so, in order to overcome this, he seeks out professional help. He tries voice coach after voice coach and doctor after doctor, and then he stumbles upon Geoffrey Rush's character, Lionel Logue. And so, at first, he doesn't think he'll be able to do it. He's given up on himself. He's had this stammer majority of his life. He thinks it's useless to try to overcome it. And so, basically, Geoffrey Rush not only helps him physically, but also helps him mentally, overcoming the obstacles that are keeping him from wanting to succeed. And I like this movie for another reason. This movie, to me, was very similar to The Fighter, in the sense that Mark Wahlberg and Colin Firth, their characters both have older brothers who they idolize, who they look up to. And so in this movie, Albert's older brother is David, played by Guy Pearce, who I don't know his actual nationality. I don't know if he is American and just has a really well, English accent, or if he's naturally English. But anyways, his role as the older brother and the next in line to the throne behind their father was really good. And so Colin Firth and Mark Wahlberg's characters, their older brothers are their idol. They look up to them. They have pretty much their whole lives. Why? Because they're their older brother, and because they've accomplished things that the younger brothers haven't been able to do. And like The Fighter, this movie also shows how the younger brother is almost afraid to be great at something. He's almost afraid to be better than his older brother, because when we have idols, if we become better than them, then what does that make them? So Colin Firth's character, was helped by Geoffrey to overcome the mental obstacles. Some of them were put on by his brother, the way his brother treated him when they were younger. And it's just really cool because it's based on a true story. And so at the end of the movie, Colin Firth has totally matured and bettered himself, and he's totally not the same person he was at the beginning of the film. And the scene that I liked in this movie, I liked many of the scenes, especially the comical ones, but one of the scenes I really liked was the beginning of the movie. Colin Firth isn't able to give this speech. He's not even able to utter a sentence because he's so nervous, and his stutter keeps him from doing that. But by the end of the movie, he's able to speak flawlessly. And this is really one of those movies where it's really not about the destination, but it's about the journey. It's about how you get there. And the way and how he gets there is really quite a story. And so the scene I like is, at the end of the movie, he's able to speak flawlessly. And throughout the movie, when he talks with his brother, sometimes his brother would make fun of him. He would say, "Oh, what's the matter, Bertie?" And that would really make Colin Firth's character mad, angry. By the end, when Albert's speaking flawlessly, I like the scene when it shows his brother and the state that his brother is in, and the look on his brother's face, like, man, I was a dickhead. It's really cool, really powerful movie. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Like I said, it's not slow, it's not boring. I mean, you may not care for it for the historical parts of it, but it's really accurate. The acting is really good, and it's definitely going to be up for Best Picture at this year's Oscars and Golden Globes. Now, I do think Colin Firth, if he's up for Best Actor, should win, because in Hollywood, I've pretty much concluded that in Hollywood, in order to be nominated for an Oscar, almost guaranteed, you have to do one of a few things. You have to, one, be in a biopic, play a real person. And it also helps if that real person is either handicapped or a drug addict. And so, Colin Firth, best actor winner, yes. If Bonham Carter is nominated for Best Supporting Actress, her performance was good. I don't know if she should win for it, though. Like is Geoffrey Rush's performance. I liked his performance a lot. I really did. But I don't know if he'll win for Best Supporting Actor. I still think it'll go to Christian Bale. So, there's my review on that. I'll probably do a Golden Globes and or Oscars prediction video. So, till next time, guys. See ya. I forget. If I had to rate this movie out of 5, it would of course get 5 out of 5. Now, in your theater, after the movie, the audience may applaud. They surely did for my movie. And it deserves every applause it gets.